All right, you know what time it is? We're going to do a random number from Maintenance and Reliability Best Practices by Ramesh Gulati. Let's see what today's number is. Oh, here we go. Pick your favorite number. Here we go. Oh, hurry up. Oh, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Today's number is 653. Way back in the book. 653. Oh my goodness, that's way back in the book. 653. Let's see. 653 talks about reliability, safety, and process quality. It includes the link between safety, reliability, and process quality and OEE. So maintenance and reliability with respect to OEE. This is includes the chart referenced from Ron Moore's book and talks very specifically about OEE and product quality of equipment availability, performance, and quality as a key indicator of reliability and operational performance. Let's talk about reliability and operational performance. We're going to do it a little bit differently. So let's see what we can see. So, technical definition of reliability, right, is the probability that an asset will survive a specific time period while performing its expected function, right? So it has to perform its desired function over a specified period of time. The probability that it does that successfully is the calculation we talk about when we think about reliability. But the reliability in the plant is very different than that. And this is what Ron Moore understands better than anyone else. So let's do the quick math, really quick, not math, but quick understanding of the maintenance availability terminology of reliability and how that is different than the operations understanding of reliability. So, reliability of the system is equal to the log of minus the failure rate times time. So this is based on a known failure rate. How many failures over time? 1 minus that. So what's the probability of success for that time period? And the way we get this is first to understand failure rate. And failure rate is equal to 1 over MTBF. So if we know our mean time between failure, we take the inverse of that. That gives us a failure rate. That failure rate gets plugged in and we can figure out time. Now this is based on an asset performing its intended function over a stated period of time. What if it performs its function? Can we still be unreliable? Therein lies the genius of Ron Moore and the genius of people that understand plant reliability. Let's give an example of that. If I have a case erector that has to make boxes and we don't have an incoming raw material inspection and supply chain figured out how to save a penny on every box of corrugate, and so our stacks are cut higher, or we run a drum faster on a die cutter, and we get variation in the stack. When they come into the plant and they get loaded into the car, into the box maker, into the case erector, and we get jams based on the definition of reliability, the probability that an asset will perform its stated function for a specified period of time. This asset is doing precisely what it was designed to do, yet we're creating case jams. This means while the asset is reliable, the operation is unreliable. What do we care about in maintenance and reliability? It's got to be more than just the asset. This asset can perform its precise function as designed and the plant is in chaos. The plant's in chaos because in order for the plant to be reliable, we have to provide all of the reliable inputs. When we think about an RCM study very specifically tells you to draw a box around a system and assume all inputs are of plentiful quantity and within specification. That means we have good boxes or good corrugate in spec, but we don't. So, because we have to assume, based on the RCM standard, that everything is plentiful and in specification, we write a maintenance strategy that ignores the fact that we don't inspect incoming raw materials. And while the asset is available, the plant is not reliable. We have to understand the difference between just availability and plant reliability. As maintenance, if you're showing up to this asset over and over and over again because the car gets out of spec and doing physical adjustments to make it run the bad boxes, and then next time when the lot is different, it's in spec, well, the machine's still not operating right because we took it out of its center line, we now return back to it and make another adjustment. Maintenance needs to work with operations to eliminate this variation and assure that incoming raw materials for an asset are within specification. And what Ron Moore and his data shows is that if we're doing the right things to an asset, it can perform reliably, and he's not wrong. However, the whole plant has to operate with reliability. And that means ensuring incoming raw materials are within specification in order to operate within that equipment. All right, well, you've got some information. Go make tomorrow better than today.